Today's video, we're going to talk about how we keep our finances lean. And we're not rich, we wish we were rich, but hopefully one day with YouTube, it'll make that happen. But for the most part, we're going to share with you what we try to do to keep the costs down and still be able to enjoy our lives as pretending to be rich and traveling, but we don't go crazy in those types of travel. So without further ado, I'm going to continue on with the list of the stuff that we do to keep it lean. So first up, cutting my own hair. Here's a video of me talking about why I cut my own hair. So how are you guys keeping your budget lean in 2025? And one way I'm doing it is I cut my own hair. If I was to get a haircut once a week, and let's say it's $20, that's $80 a month right now. And see, my wife, she actually colors her own hair too. So that's a big saving. So she doesn't have to go to a salon and get her hair done. But once in a while, maybe once every 6 months, she'll get a haircut that she needs. My wife does her own nails. So that's a big savings right there. So she bought some of the tools and what she needs to do her own nails. It's not perfect, but hey, she gets a lot of compliments at work. So it's working. I tell her keep going with it. It's a big savings. Okay. So as far as entertainment, we cut most of our entertainment. We don't have full-on subscription through all the streaming sites. Once in a while, we'll jump back and forth into Netflix versus Max, and then that's pretty much it. Sometimes we don't have any subscription unless there's a show that came up and we're like, okay, let's go watch it. Let's keep it for a month, and then we cancel it and then just renew it again if we need it. So yeah, we cut costs in that way. The one that we pay month to month is YouTube. YouTube is very important. As you are watching this video, many of you actually watch videos purely just on YouTube. So YouTube is very important to us. It cancels out the commercials, so that keeps us entertained without having to deal with the commercials. So about $22 a month, that's no big deal for us because YouTube, I use it for work, I use it for entertainment, and I use it for education. We avoid eating out in fancy restaurants. That is a big way to lose money. So if we do go out, it's gonna be some type of fast food, not like McDonald's or anything like that. We go to like Yoshinoya, or a small mom and pop shop that has like cheap sushi rolls that are affordable, or we go to like cheap ramen places, stuff like that. But we don't go to like high-end restaurants or anything like that because I know our budget will go crazy if we go to those places. So big important thing is we cook at home. So we buy our own essential goods, and we buy our essential goods for what we need at the home, and we cook. Fortunately enough, there's a market nearby. So places like the supermarket, yeah, they're convenient. Sometimes they sell in bulk. We try not to do that. So I'm going to talk about Costco in a little bit. So I go to my local market, and this is the beauty of having a local market in our area, is because I can just pick and choose just enough what I need for the day, for the amount of stuff I need for the cooking. So if I just need one onion, one bell pepper, I'll just go to the market and just buy one bell pepper and one onion for the day, and that's it. So that way I don't have to stock it in my home, in my fridge, and let it go to waste. I was gonna talk about Costco. I love Costco. Costco is great for big savings, but most of the time they sell in bulk. So things like onion, bananas, stuff like that, I try not to buy in Costco. What I buy in Costco are like juices, pastas, things of that nature, so that way I can stock those up a lot longer. I don't try to stock up fruits and vegetables from Costco because I try to go cart in my local market. That's a huge savings. What I love is if my kids are craving pizza, can't go wrong with Costco pizza, man. That is a go-to pizza. We love going to Costco for those cheap pizzas. Hot dogs, once in a blue moon, we'll splurge. Maybe my wife and I will probably do one hot dog, maybe once every few months. I know it's not the healthiest, but once in a while we'll have a hot dog. But yeah, game changer for if you want to do budget. Those are great. We also try to save money with Little Caesars. Not the healthiest, but sometimes the kids are loving the pizza, so we try to go for those. So obviously at home, we have home cooked meals, but once in a while we'll go to these places just for a little bit of junk food. Okay. One thing we love is we have an electric vehicle. We save money with our electric vehicle. I bought a Chevy Volt used 5 years ago, and that has been a very valuable car for us. Even though I bought it used, it's gotten us so far with finances. So we only drive a few miles out the day with that, so we don't gas up at all in our Chevy Volts. We charge it, we get about 32 miles electric, So we save a fair amount. But the key thing is we bought that Chevy Volt used, not brand new. So it saved us a lot of money, a lot. Now, if you're buying brand new on electric, that might cost a little bit more. But we've gotten our value for our Chevy Volt. I also drive a Toyota Prius. That's also a big savings right there in regards to gas and maintenance. So we try to keep things as far as like our vehicles hybrid and electrical hybrid to keep the savings down. We don't buy new clothes. A lot of my new clothes, believe it or not, I still have clothes from high school that I wear. I know. It's just one of those things, it still fits. Hey, I'll keep it because I try to keep my clothes for a long time, and it's good for the environment. You're not throwing these clothes in the trash and they're just gonna go somewhere random in another space in the world that it doesn't need to be there. So I try to keep my clothes as long as I can. The things I'll buy mostly are the wear and tear, are the socks, of course, the underwears and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But I keep my clothes pretty much on the long term. We buy clothes for the kids, so that's the thing. We spend more money for clothes for the kids, so that's very important. We used to love shopping at 99 cents, but that has since closed down. But now that we have like Dollar King or King Dollar, all these dollar stores, so we go there often to buy certain goods, which are a lot cheaper. So we try to shop at those as much as we can. So we bundle our services, our cell phone, and our internet. That's a huge savings. If you're going to go from one carrier to a different carrier, that's going to get costly. So what we did to save money on 2025, we bundled everything, our phones and our internet together. We have T-Mobile, but it's not the greatest on the internet side. It's doable for now until work picks up, and if we need higher speed internet, we'll deal with that later. But right now, we just sacrifice on bundling it and decent internet at home. But the phones are always fast as far as the internet speed. So the thing with eating healthy, it's cost savings. My wife and I have this thing that we try not to eat. Well, actually, we haven't been eating breakfast and sometimes no lunch. So we for the most part, only eat 1 meal a day, 1.5 meal a day. So imagine, that's a huge savings if you're trying to do that. So we don't do breakfast, so that's a big savings on eggs. If we have to do rice or anything like that, that's a big savings on eggs, rice, or any fruits in the morning. That alone saves us fair amount of money by not eating breakfast, my wife and I. Kids, obviously, they're gonna have all the options of food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but it's actually has been beneficial for us for eating less and fasting more. It's good for the health and it's good for the wallet. So that's a huge savings on that part. I talked about the markets. The neighborhood markets are very convenient for us. It saves on gas if we commute to local markets further out. That's a bit of inconvenience. So we have a small local market here that we try to take advantage of a little bit better. As a family, we try to go to a lot of free places. Sometimes there's free museums, there's free walking places that you can go to. So we explore a lot of free venues that we can go hang out for a few hours to half a day to a day. So that's a big savings if we try to do that. So this is not necessarily completely lean, but what we try to do is create passive income. So because we have savings, we try to put that in an investment savings, so that kind of grows for us. So if we wanted to take off that money from the interest that occurred for that month, we technically spend that money. So it's kind of like credit cards. We pay everything with credit card, utilities or whatnot. So, and then we get points. So those points end up going back into the credit card that pays off some of the things that we've purchased throughout that month. So that right there is kind of like passive income that we're using to help the cost down. Instead of paying the credit card companies directly as their interest, they're paying us because we're good credit card holders and we pay on time and we're getting points. Plus with the investments, those are also getting interest. So that's one way of keeping the budget lean. Very important, we try to avoid having any credit card debts. If we do have a small amount of debt, we pay it off right away so we get those points and you don't get the interest rate. We're very big on receiving secondhand clothes, especially my kids. I have a 3-year-old and 11-year-old. Throughout the years, friends have always donated a lot of goods to us for kids. Because as you know, when kids go through clothes, they're only going to use them for about 1 year, 2 years, and that's it. So we're very big on secondhand. A lot of them is donation. A lot of it's donation from friend to friend, and it's probably word of third or fourth receiving end on some of these clothes. So we're very big on that aspects. And So yeah, we always take secondhand. We do laundry outside, and the way we save money is we hang clothes. We don't get to save much money during the wintertime when it rains, but during the summer, we tend to just wash it and let it hang when we get home. So that's a big savings right there. We'll probably save a few dollars just by hanging the clothes rather than putting in the dryer. I know we talked about food earlier ago. So we cook about 50 to 80% of the time during the week. And I kid you not, that is the best way that you can save money. Cook at home, drink your coffee at home, make your juices at home, all that stuff. That's going to be a huge savings in your wallet. Okay. We get filtered water through a water place, and we just pay a couple of dollars and it fills up a 3-gallon and a 5-gallon tank. So we pay $2, $3 for filtered delicious water. So we don't have to keep buying plastic bottles or anything like that. Everything is refillable, and we just have to make the commute, which is a little convenient, but we have a lot of these stocked up at home. How we also keep it slim is we sell used stuff. So we use Facebook Market Share to sell. We use eBay to sell a lot of our used stuff. Sometimes I even flip. So if I see something that I've had, like brand new shoes that I was planning on wearing, I just end up flipping it and just selling it, because I decided that I'm going to keep my older shoes because they're still good. And I'm just going to sell the shoes that I got on sale, but I'll just flip it just for a little bit more. Drinking alcohol. That one there is going to eat up your money. For us, I don't drink alcohol anymore. I stopped drinking alcohol 10 years ago or more. My wife will probably have a glass of wine once every 2 to 3 times a month. So that's maybe like 1 bottle of wine for 2 months, right? So that's a big savings. I wouldn't go for the expensive wine. We just go for like the $6 bottle, and she's good with that. She just needs half a cup just to help her relax, and she's good. Okay, I want to talk about family vacations. So because this is a family type of channel, there's ways that we try to save money when we travel. I'll give you an example. We went to Mexico, Puerto Vallarta. Instead of flying out from LAX to Puerto Vallarta, tickets would have cost $500 per person. So we decided to drive down to Tijuana, where the flights cost about $150 to $200 round trip. So that's a huge savings from $500 round trip per person to $150 to $200 per person. Plus, you got to factor the crossing fee and the walkway to TJ. That's another $50 one way. So all in all, if I was driving TJ, flight plus crossing fee plus parking, I would pay about $250 to $300 per person versus a $500 ticket from LAX. So a huge difference of savings of $200. Now multiply that by 4. So if we're traveling by 4, that's even better savings for us if I'm commuting down for 2 hours and then flying out of TJ. Now, when we get to these locations, we don't go for a 5-star hotel, 4-star. We try to go for 2, 3, 1 sometimes. But we keep it that way. My kids are used to that, and that's how we keep the cost down. We try to eat in the hotels inside the rooms. We buy bulk bread, spreads, whatever. We try to do that way. And even once a day, we'll probably go out into some local stands and get food that way, maybe some tacos or some kind of street food, keep the cost down. And then things that we do are we don't shop in those locations. We try not to buy anything when we're traveling. We walk for the most part. We take public transportation, like local buses. That's a huge savings. And then, that's what we try to do. We don't do excursions where you have to pay a lot of money. So we just try to do things for ourselves and just walk around the city, take the buses, and just explore by foot. And that's how we keep our travel costs down and still be able to enjoy that city and where we're going and what we can see. All right, that's about it. If you guys have any questions regarding this video, comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.